Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity reports, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. Now, throughout our reports, we have routinely highlighted that the commodity markets, they will move in very predictable trends, presenting savvy traders with a series of highly profitable opportunities to capitalize on the huge macro-driven rallies as well as the pullbacks. But make no mistake, this is not a buy and hold market. In these exciting and fast-moving markets, they are creating the most optimized environment for traders, or as some of the world's most powerful Wall Street banks, from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, they are calling this the golden age of trading. During the first half of 2025, we have seen the commodity markets notching up explosive double-digit gains in a single week, sometimes in a single day, not once, not twice, but on multiple occasions. The week-to-week, short-term, macro-driven trend that we're seeing in 2025, that can be summarized as buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat, and do it all over again. On the topic of macro themes, you certainly cannot talk about the greatest wealth transfer in history without mentioning crude oil, and that's because the world's number one traded commodity, that is whipping up an explosive money-making storm. As of June the 30th, WTI crude oil, it is trading back at $64 a barrel, down over 17% from this month's peak at $77.80 per barrel. This decline has brought oil prices back into key levels that previously served as the launch pad for a 25% rally in May. Whilst the headlines attribute the pullback to OPEC and supply increases and easing geopolitical tensions, our proprietary data that suggests this may be one of the most compelling risk-to-reward entry points in crude oil this year. OPEC has announced an additional 411,000 barrels per day in output for August, adding to the 1.78 million barrels per day already added in 2025. Kazakhstan has overshot its quota by 390,000 barrels per day, raising short-term supply concerns. But here's the real picture according to our proprietary data. Global oil demand is projected to hit a record of 104.5 million barrels per day in Q3 of 2025, up 2.2 million barrels per day year over year. Meanwhile, spare capacity is shrinking, inventories remain 15% below the 5-year average, and US shale production, that is flattening due to the capital discipline and higher financial costs. To put that another way, even with the OPEC boost, the market remains structurally tight. Meanwhile, even though the ceasefire premium is gone, geopolitical risk, it still looms. Oil shed an estimated $10 to $15 per barrel war premium off the back of the ceasefire between Israel and Iran, but that premium may have been removed too quickly. According to our data, over 25% of global oil trade that passes through the Strait of Hormuz. If Iran escalates or disrupts shipping, even briefly, oil could spike by $20 to $30 overnight, as seen in the previous regional conflicts. With talks fragile and sanctions enforcement tightening, the risk remains dangerously underpriced for oil. And let's not forget President Trump's pledge to refill the US strategic petroleum reserves. During his January 2025 inauguration address, President Trump, he pledged to refill the US strategic petroleum reserve right to the top, with the SPR level sitting at 346.8 million barrels. This is the lowest level since 1983, and with oil trading sub $65 per barrel, strategic buying looks imminent. Historically, according to our proprietary data, large-scale US strategic petroleum reserve purchases, they have acted as effective price floors. For example, in 2009, the SPR refill coincided with a 53% rally in oil over the next 6 months. In 2020, emergency purchases were followed by a 70% rebound within 8 months. Any Trump-led SPR refill that could ignite similar explosive upside from the current levels. One of the most critical factors yet is artificial intelligence, reindustrialization, and power demand. According to our analysts, US utilities, they will spend a record $212 billion in 2025, largely driven by the need to power data centers and AI infrastructure, that's a 23% jump year on year and up 129% from a decade ago. Trump's Made in America agenda that will further amplify energy demand with new aluminium smelters, chip foundries, and EV plants requiring fossil fuel heavy baseload power. AI, manufacturing, and defense spending, they are quietly laying the foundation for a multi-year demand surge in crude oil, even as the green transition struggles to meet baseload needs. According to our proprietary data, historical pullbacks have been the launchpad for explosive rallies. In 2016, WTI prices they dropped 25% before rebounding 48% in 5 months. In 2020, oil fell 30% before surging 56% in 6 months. In 2022, oil prices fell 19% before rallying 41% in the months that followed. Today's setup, it mirrors those conditions. Temporary sentiment-driven weakness, strong long-term fundamentals, and a market caught offside. The bottom line is that this may be the best oil entry point of 2025. With demand climbing, supply fractured, risk unpriced, and governments positioned to buy, crude oil has rarely looked this asymmetrical. Prices have corrected hard, but the fundamentals haven't. As savvy traders know, in the midst of chaos lies opportunity, and with prices suppressed, sentiment weak, and forward demand underestimated, the current pullback may prove to be the most strategic entry point of 2025. When oil rallies, the move is likely to be fast and highly profitable for those already in position. Extraordinary times, they do create extraordinary opportunities. Right now, as commodity traders, we are living in some of the most exciting and rewarding times ever in history. If you have been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading events so far this year, and you still want to make 2025 your best ever, now is the time to take action. With everything that is currently unfolding on the global macro front, what we are seeing right now is nothing short of extraordinary, and you definitely do not want to miss out. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that is to create a full-time income, a second or replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. Right now, you have an opportunity to make 2025 your biggest and best yet, which based on our research, it is going to be another blockbuster 6 months due to all the current macroeconomic events that are unfolding. Definitely do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months from now. Here at the Gold and Silver Club, we're consistently banking over 10,000 points profit per month, which we have transparently documented through our weekly videos. If you're trading at 1 lot, that's $100,000. If you're trading at 10 lots, that's $1 million. As you can see from our testimonials, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach, they have already made in excess of 6, 7, 8-figure returns, and we're only halfway through the year. If you have been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading opportunities so far this year, but you still want to make 2025 your best ever, then go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time, it is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you do not waste it. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application. We will get in touch ASAP.